You are now listening to Ride With Me, the FTA Podcast.
Welcome to Ride With Me, episode 105. Today is December 19, 2023. And let's see if you guys can guess this guy's voice.
What's going on? How you doing?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Paul. Dude, right now, bro? Right now? You want to drink right now?
Yeah, that Voodoo Ranger Tropic Forest. Not bad. Not bad. You pay for adjuncts in those beers, but hey, it's good.
Oh my God, bro. Freaking, dude, it's been a minute since you've been on the podcast.
I think honestly, it's been a minute since I've been hanging out or seen you. Like, it's been, honestly, I think I see you every now and then here and there. Or there's a few texts we go back and forth, but that's about it.
You just went on your bike journey, bro. You've been, San Francisco?
You know what? That was my first year. This whole last year has just been gaining my like fitness on the bike, like keeping up with people. So it's pretty fun to be the heaviest guy there, but the heaviest guy could keep up with the lighter guys. So and it's all about that, because in cycling it's kind of like a pecking order. Like they look at each other, like if you can't keep up with them, they look down on you, kind of, sort of. And then the type of bike you ride, the type of this, but I really cycled so I could eat like shit, bro. Honestly, I really cycle so I could eat like shit. So after I'm done riding, I'm or sometimes mid-ride, I'm at the bar hanging out, fucking having a beer too, and then I get on my bike and roll out. So
the last time I rode with you and Yasid, dude, I was at least like 2 miles behind. And I felt bad because I felt like I was slowing you guys down, because you guys stopped a couple times to wait for me to catch up. And I was like, nah, I can't do this to these guys, man. They have their own little system going.
Nah, but but the thing is, I was like that with other people I rode with, because I was a guy that would hold people behind, and they always would tell me, they're like, hey, we'll see you up. We're going to meet right here, so we'll see you up there. And I was always struggling, but now, if you were to ride with me and Yasid, I would be leaving Yasid behind, because honestly, Yasid doesn't really ride a lot anymore. I kept it going, but then I ride with another buddy of mine that actually rides with me almost all the time. Not to say, like, some days we miss each other, some days we don't. And that guy could keep up with me, and he's a big boy. He's like, I think like 6'4", like 280, but he could keep up with me. But I'm not the best one out there. I still struggle, especially with the skinny guys going up the hills, because gravity takes over, bro.
How was the cycling from San Francisco? How long did that take you to do?
6 days.
6 days.
6 days.
And you started like
each day was like 100 miles. Each day was like 100 miles, 10,000 feet of climbing. So it teaches you how to pace yourself, how to really read your body. Like it teaches you all that. But it was fun. I saw some beautiful scenery. It was I rode with a bunch of people, so it wasn't that hard, where you could stay behind people and draft and, just save your energy. But by the 5th day, I was done. I was like, fuck this. I'm done.
So every night hotel?
Every night hotel. Some people backpack it, dude.
What?
Yeah, some people
like
backpack
a little
it.
tent and shit? Like
a little
camping?
tent, or they try to knock it out as fast as they can. So, yeah.
So does that mean that you guys didn't all stop at the same time?
A lot of people didn't stop at the same time. So I stopped, I think, every 102 miles. There's some guys that stopped every 75 miles. And then there were some guys that didn't, and we all just kind of caught each other.
Oh, sure.
But then towards the end, when we're going through like Oxnard and like Port Hueneme, that's when we started seeing the groups. Like, you see the different groups, and we would start to catch each other, because the last leg is to hit Santa Monica. And then when we hit Santa Monica, it's either you have a ride to go home or you're riding to your house. So I didn't have a ride to go home, so I rode from Santa Monica after we finished to my house in Azusa, and it was fun. I took a couple pit stops.
Yeah, because that one turns into the 10 freeway. There's no way you're jumping on the 10 freeway.
There's parts when we ride to San Diego. Like, we do a ride to San Diego once a month. So we'll leave like Azusa, or we'll leave Arcadia, and we'll ride to San Diego. And there's a part of San Diego that we have to ride the freeway, dude. Like, you get on the 5 freeway and you ride on the 5 freeway. But then I had a buddy, Adrian, and a couple of his buddies did the whole Route 66. So they started in Santa Monica and went all the way to Chicago, 30 days. And they were riding on the 40. They were riding on some of the highways and on the in the Midwest. It's like, I don't know, man. I just tell people you can't be scared of the cars. No matter where you go, you're gonna get hit. You know, you're gonna get hit if you get scared. But because I have a friend that rides with me, he's always worried, and I've seen him have more accidents than I have had in my whole cycling career in about 2 months. He's broken bones already. He's fucking had stitches. And me, I haven't had anything yet. So, because why? He's always cautious. He's always worried. Like, oh my God, like, he's always hitting the brakes. And I'm like, bro, you're going to hurt yourself. And he's like, nah, it doesn't happen. But when are we going to get you back on the bike?
I want to get back on the bike. I actually went to, what was it, Cerritos? That park in Cerritos?
Yeah.
Or Downey. I think, or Downey.
The one with the fountains down.
Yes, it's a fountain.
Yeah.
And it's funny. It's a trip because my brother Danny was here, and we went. When we go to the 210 freeway.
Yeah.
It's like from here to there. It's like an hour drive. So I told him, okay, well, we haven't gone this way in a while. We haven't gone south in a while.
Yeah.
So why don't we go an hour south and come back? But it seemed like that the drive there was a lot harder than it is going north.
Yeah.
Going north, you're going uphill.
Yeah, it's all uphill.
We before we even got there, we were already tired. And like, if we can ride our bikes to the 210 freeway in an hour, this should have been a piece of cake. But we just felt more. We got there like really tired, and like, well, we had to go back. Oh, we're done.
Yeah, well, going over there, there's that one downhill through by Whittier Boulevard that gets everybody.
That one's the one that's like a really steep curve, right? Underneath.
Yeah.
I like to film that because just in case we crash into anybody.
Yeah, that one usually gets people. So, but I could get from my house in Azusa to where you're talking about. I could get there in like 35 minutes.
Yeah, you go as fast as a car, bro.
Nah, dude. To me, it's like I go standard. There's dudes that go faster than me. Like, there's one guy I ride with. His name is Albert. Shout out Albert. That dude, like, he's a 5-foot Filipino, like 55 years old, and to keep up with that guy is just like, I can't. Like, his regular speed is like 22, 23. Like, that's just his regular speed. That's him just coasting.
The only time I hit 22 is when I'm coming down that Azusa mountain.
Oh, man, the other day I hit 55 coming down, dude. Coming down the canyon. And no brakes, man. I learned how to descend very good, so I was learning how to take the turns, the apexes, and all that, and to come out of the corners super quick. And, yeah, I think I hit 55. And I was like, dude.
Shit.
My friend, I was waiting for him for like 3 minutes. I'm like, dude, where are you? He's all, bro, you just took off. I was like, I got a new set of wheels and all that. And yeah, it was fun.
I think I was at 21, 22 miles an hour coming down when you get to the 210 freeway. And that 210 freeway underneath the 210, it's like a 90-degree turn.
Yeah.
And if you don't slow down, you're hitting that wall.
Oh, dude, that one, I go through it like super quick.
Yeah.
Like, I don't brake. I go through that, no, not braking, and because me and my friends, if we're riding together like a group, we play games with each other, and that little hill when you're coming out of that 210 overpass, when you come up around, there's a little hill. So the main goal is to win up that hill. So I know these guys are gonna brake, because a lot of them don't like to take it, and me, I won't. I will just go straight under as quickly as possible and come out of it.
Hoping that there's no one on the other side of that road,
well,
right?
No. So I know how to take it. And the last time I took it, there was a guy riding the sit-down bike. And I knew I was going to come super close to him. And I yelled out, don't worry, stay. I told him, don't worry, stay in your lane. And I just would zip right by him, and you could hear him like, holy shit. And I just went right by him, kept going. And then when I looked back, my friends were super back there, and I just took it, and I was gone. Because I know that whole little area, that's where they're all going to slow down and get scared. And I'm like, all right, see ya. I'm gone.
Yeah, I know. I got to dust mine off. Do you see them over there?
Nah, dude, bro.
Collecting dust, bro.
You were on a good path.
I was. I know. I dropped the ball. Bro.
Dude, you were on a good... And so did Yasid. Yasid, he doesn't really ride no more, dude. He snapped his chain on one of his bikes and kind of goes to the wayside, dude. Like, he doesn't ride. And now, I remember you bought that bike. You're all excited now. And it's just like, it's just there.
I know.
You should just sell it to me, dude.
No. I got it. I know. I'm going to get back on it. I'm going to take it to the shop and tell them to do a little tune-up, and then I'm taking it back. I'm going back out there.
Did you could give it to me right now. I'll take it right now and take it to the shop and get it tuned up. That means like a whole...
I have no excuses, huh?
Yeah. Because then I'm going to call you later and you're going to be like, oh, fucking... I don't know. But this last year, I focused on the gravel. So I have a gravel bike too. So I was doing a lot of races like in Arizona, Texas. When I go back to Texas to go check on a lot of the stuff out there, because you do know I opened up my own bar out there.
That's the reason why you've neglected us and don't come talk to us anymore.
Dude, Texas is fun, dude. Not the big cities, bro. Austin, Dallas, all those cities suck. It's like...
So how does it feel to be a business owner?
A
bar at that.
I did what I saw in the industry. What I didn't like what people did. So we made it to the point where we do no craft beer. I didn't want to deal with craft beer. We keep it domestic. So it's I made it to the point where if you came in there and it smelled like piss, it was a good bar. Those are always the best bars, bro.
Wait. Does that mean that your bar has pool tables?
Yeah, it has pool tables.
Do you have a pool table that you're not going to use anymore? That you can bring me. Boom, right here.
We have like 3 of them. They just need to be refelt and I think re-leveled.
I will take them after you refelt them and re-level them.
I'll sell you to him as is and you deal with it. These fucking things are heavy.
And then he wonders why I don't invite him to the podcast.
Oh, man, dude.
I give you a free beer. You can't even give me a pool table.
I give you mics. I gave you what else? Let's go down the list.
Let's focus on what we're talking about here.
But you know what? Now we just no craft beer. I made it a whole dive bar. We did it cash only. We didn't want to do credit cards and all that. But in Texas, you can do that. You know, there's some bars that do it out here, but some bars do it just because they want to avoid the taxes.
Right.
They don't want to, because once you use that, right now I'm liking it out there because cash is king again because everybody's using their debit cards, whatever. I've seen a girl at Whole Foods today use her wrist. Like she has the microchip implant testing it out to do that. So she went with her wrist. It wasn't everybody's like, oh, she has it in her watch. I'm like, no, it was her wrist. And she literally did it. And she paid for her thing. And she's like, yeah, it's the chip. It's kind of like the chip they put in dogs. It goes under the skin. It's very little. And it's linked to her bank. And I go, yeah. You're going to mess it up, girl. That's how it starts. That's how they start controlling everything. And yeah, so honestly, then I kept it to a point where everybody could talk to what they want to talk, man. So I got a lot of old timers that go in there and they don't like going to the main drag because, dude, it's like you have to watch what you say. It
seems like your bar is one of those bars where a stranger walks in and everybody stops what they're doing. The music stops. Everyone stops washing dishes and everybody's like, it goes complete quiet. And
yeah, dude, honestly, it's like that because we get different people from different walks of life. Like, there was this one guy that came in that was very raggedy looking. Like, we looked at him like, we're all looking at him like, what's up with him, And everybody knew who he was. His name was Ralph. Everybody knew who he was. And they're like, hey, what's up, dude? Hey, what's going on? And we're just looking at him, and we're just like, okay, like, what's he going to get? Guy orders everything. One thing people need to know about the Midwest, like, if you go from Texas on, Bud is king. Like, Modelo's not the king out there. Bud is king. That's why those guys took it to heart when they saw that can come out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, but he always orders a Natty Light. Always like, can I get my Natty Light? We're like, okay, cool. And then he'll order a Natty Daddy. He'll order a tall can of Natty Daddy. We're like, all right, cool, here you go. And then he orders the same thing every day. Like, he'll be in there almost every day. Like, he never misses a beat. And then one day I asked him, I was like, dude, what's going on? And I go, you all right? Like, you know, we'll spot you. He's like, nah, it's fine. It's cool. And then one of the old timers come around. He's like, that man's a millionaire. He don't need your money. I'm like, what the hell? And then he just looks and he just shakes his head. He's like, yeah. He's all, see those oil derricks and all that? He's like, yeah, that's my property and I own that. And
It's funny who you bump into people and you don't even know that what they can do. Like when I was a kid, I would go to this park in Oxnard, this Beck Park right there on Kamala, and one day I was playing basketball, and this older man came up to me and said, "Hey, you want to play?" I'm sure. Older man, bro, 60s maybe back then, and he was like hits all his shots. He was on top of it. Not that he was trying to kick my ass because I was just a little kid, but you know, playing, just having a good time. Hit all his shots from no matter where. And before he left, he told me that he used to play in the NBA.
okay.
Like back in the day. He gave me his name and everything, and I was like, oh shit. But again, I don't think there was Google back then. So I believe him because he was shots all over the place. Like,
dude, that's how pedophiles strike their.
he didn't touch me, bro.
It's okay, bro. Where's the doll at? Show me where he touched you. Point at the doll where he touched you. That's all that shit starts, and then it's over.
You're such a dick, bro.
You set the scene for that. I was playing by myself in the park, and then an old man comes up to me. Hey, I go, dude, come on. That was like, it could have gone that way. Where
look, I'm getting a call, bro. I gotta go.
Oh god, dude, you set it up to where you're gonna sit in the side over there, like, dude, you're a young whippersnapper. You can be all right.
Whatever. Not like that, bro. But anyway, so it is. You can bump into somebody and not even know that they're either at one point were famous or sports or fucking a billionaire.
Yeah, dude, and we're tripping out and we're just laughing. But dude, we get a lot of people like. We'll get people from the main drag that, dude, they leave their shift, they come hang out at ours, and because they're just like, dude, we don't want to deal with it. Because honestly, if you go to like downtown Houston, it's just it's a shit show, dude. It's like it's a what I call it. It's like, I don't know. It's just too many fights. Same thing in Austin. There's always fights at the end of the night. There's always something going on, street takeovers, and it's just like there's homeless everywhere. Like, you think it's only in LA, but in Texas, it's crazy. It's bad. And like, so where the bar is at, it's an area called the Woodlands. Like, it's outside of Houston. It's one of like the neighborhoods. Like, we have it, and we'll get a lot of old timers come in. Like, we had Paul Wall come in one time and just hanging out because he lives like if you go like. Where our bar's at, if you go like another like 10 minutes, that's where all the like the rich houses are.
Okay.
And that's where a lot of them live at. So we saw fucking Paul Wall come up. We seen some of the baseball players like come drive by, and you know, and when we won the World Series, you know, last year, it was beer party time, you know.
I did tell you not to wear that hat to my house, bro.
I bleed Houston, bro. All these crybaby Dodger fans. I still can't
there goes about 20 listeners.
Still can't get over 2017. Get over it, dude. Like, Jesus Christ. And now they're all bragging that they got Shohei Ohtani. I'm like, bro, you literally just bought that guy. Dodgers had just invented the credit card line for baseball players. Like,
so anything else that we need to know about your bar?
We're anti-LA.
But you live in LA, bro.
Well, I come back because Mama didn't like it out there.
And that's what you said right in the beginning. You guys had moved out there, right?
Yeah, we moved out there. Then she had the guilt trip from her mom. Like, her and her mom are very tight. And then we went in a dead. One thing about Texas, dude. So there's different parts. So if you go to like the Shiner, the west side of Texas, like from Austin on, you get that dry desert heat. You get that dry, like, oh my god, like, okay, this is bearable. But once you start getting to Houston and onward, that's that humid heat. Like, and it's 98 with 98% humidity, and it feels like bloody hell, dude. Like, you take a shower, you walk out, you're sweating your balls off already. So
What was the point in showering then, huh?
yeah, dude, and it's bad, dude. Like I felt like I felt like Chris Farley, fucking sweating in the armpits, bro, because it was that bad for me the first. But I got used to it.
Yeah.
But the wife couldn't. She was just in the air condition. My dogs hated it. They were just like, they would walk outside like fuck, and you could breathe it, dude. So I remember we're flying in. She's like, "Oh my god, it's so cloudy out there." I was like, "That's not clouds. That's humidity." And then as soon as you walk off the tarmac and you see it, you're just like, oh, fuck, it really is like this. I go, yep. I go, it's like that. And then we get hurricanes, like, we get all that good stuff. So,
Yeah.
but she was about to go through her first hurricane. So, but it turned into just a storm, a tropical storm. And she got nervous. She was like, yeah, I don't like it. I go, well, you're going to go back to earthquake. She's like, at least that happens with me not knowing and me not waiting.
She has a point.
Yeah, and I was like, I get it.
Yeah,
and,
she had a point.
So she's like, I was sitting here with anxiety, and I was like, all right. So I go, what do you want to do? She was like, yeah, I want to go back home. So I was like, all right. And then she didn't like the pay cut she was going to take. She was going to go from making X amount out here, and everything's cheaper out there, though. Everything's cheaper. Like right now, gas over there, like I was laughing at, like, oh, it's $3.99 out here. I go to Texas, it's $1.99, and they're like, "Oh, you bastard!" I was like, "Yeah," but we pay no state tax. Like nothing goes to the state, but the only downfall is you pay a high property tax. So if you own land, you own property out there, you're gonna pay more out for the property, but that's where they get the school funding from. Like they get all the school funding from. And what they have out there in Texas is they have less school districts. So like out here in California, there's like 200 and something school districts. Texas, 64.
Oh, okay.
So in order to pay all those superintendents, all those school board people, all these principals, these high dollar salaries, they got to get money from the government, bro. Over there, strictly from property tax, everybody's able to pay everything, and nothing comes in from the government. But my winter bills are always high.
Because it gets cold out there, no?
It gets cold, man. Like the other day, we were driving before I flew back out here. It was already ice on the road. Like you see people slipping and sliding. Like it was just like they're going through the black ice, and you'll see them spin out. You'll see them hydroplane, and it's one of the downfalls. But it's cheaper living. Like I was looking out there, like a 3-bedroom apartment over there is only like $1,800. Out here, that's fucking $4,500, $3,800. Yeah. So, but the bar is fun though.
Well, that's good, man. That you freaking are a business owner. You went from working for the man to now being the man.
Well, I didn't like what was going on, bro. Honestly, I didn't like how the industry was going, and I kind of voiced my opinion about it.
Doesn't that always bite people in the ass when they voice their opinion?
It always, because a lot of people don't like to be, there's too many egos. I walk out there and I see a lot of the guys still in the industry. It's too many egos. Like
Right.
a lot of people, they just like who cares? Like it's just like, to me, it's like you're just working. Like why do you have to have like the chip on your shoulder? I didn't like it, but then when you voice your opinion about something, it didn't resonate with people. People didn't like it. Like, oh, and then they take it as you're trying to go against them, and it was kind of just like, yeah. So at the bar, we have an open forum. Like, you tell me where I'm fucking up. If you feel that I'm messing up somewhere, tell me. And
Right.
some of the bartenders, they'll let me know, like, hey, you fucked up on this, you fucked up on that, and they'll text me like, hey, you didn't order this, you didn't order that, now I'm fucking fucked. And I'm like, all right, cool. Okay, what do we got to do? And she's like, well, somebody has to go to the store. And I'm like, all right, so I'll call the cousins. If I'm out here, I'll call the cousins. They're like, hey, dude, someone needs to go to the store and grab this, grab that. Like, who messed up? It's like, it's my fault. That's another thing that lacked out here. No one had accountability. Everybody was always, it was so-and-so, it was so-and-so, it was so-and-so. It's like, who cares? Just get it done.
Right.
Everybody battles each other. It's like, why are we going to battle each other? The problem's still going to be there, but everybody just battles. And out there is like, all right, I fucked up. All right, let's figure it out. But then the girls are pretty honest with me, so I never, those old timers are pretty brutal. And I was just like, I go, can you guys handle it? They're like, yeah, this, that's how they talk, and it's all right. And I'm just like, okay, cool. It's making sure, dude. It's making sure. If it was out here, fucking, they'll get canceled super quick. Like, so offended.
Yeah. I'm kind of going through that right now myself. About hurting people's feelings, and I'm tired of oh, you hurt so-and-so's feelings, and you hurt so-and-so's feelings. Why? Because I spoke my mind, because I got off my chest what I needed to say, or I'm like, I tell the wife sometimes, like, it's sad that some of these people aren't even millennials for them to be getting their feelings hurt by something that I said. The thing is, it's like, I'm sorry. I had to apologize to the wife recently and told her, I'm sorry that you didn't marry someone who just brushes things under the rug, because that's not me. I heard a video. I watched a video the other day that said toxic family math was brushing things under the rug, and then making the person the problem because they wanted to actually talk about it. Like, So I told the wife lately, it's been like, hurting people's feelings lately it's been driving me crazy, bro.
But the thing is, there's hurting people's feelings, but the delivery, how you say it.
That's one thing that Ricky and I have been talking a lot lately, is the deliverance, how you deliver the message.
Well, because there's been a few times where I pissed you off because you didn't like my delivery, but
I can tell you.
Yeah.
I can tell you, and you're not going to get your fucking feelings hurt.
Nah.
I'm not going to get my feelings
hurt. I
hurt.
just looked at it, it's like, this fucking pussy.
Dick, man. I'm glad that plane's going over you right now, so I can hear a plane.
Damn, I was
fucking
like,
guy.
I always thought about it, but it's the delivery, because my wife gets on me all the time. She's like, and my mother-in-law tells me, she's like, you can be a little rude and condescending. I'm like thinking in my head, like, okay, but so I've actually taken classes and talked about it in my therapy, kind of like, how do I say this, or how do I go around this, so I don't come off as something, like I don't come off, in a rude way, or because as males, we can just come off, and like, especially if we're just barely getting off work, or, we're busy doing something, we don't catch ourselves. And for some reason, the wives or somebody always wants to ask us a question while we're in the middle of something. And then we just go like this. And then they're like, oh, ew, like, oh my God, it always happens.
I recently had a conversation with Nick because he didn't want to tell me something, because I said something and he didn't want to. We were talking in the car, and he kept it to himself. And the next day I said, it became an issue where I lost my shit, because I'm trying to talk to him, and I'm like, dude, I am not teaching you guys to brush things under the rug. That's not what I'm fucking doing. So I lost my shit that day. And then the next day I sat him down and I told him, look, mijo, I get it that I can't be the easiest person to come talk to sometimes. That you think that I'm probably going to lose my shit. And guess what? You're probably right. And maybe that's why you don't come to me. But it's how you deliver it. If you would have told me, but Dad, I would really appreciate it if you did it this way, or somebody got shot. Oh, they stopped right here, bro.
Oh, fuck. Officer Ricky, you bastard. I knew he was coming, dude. I knew he was coming.
He's outside, bro.
He came in fucking hot, dude.
So, I was telling him, like, it's how you approach it, kid. If you were to tell me that, because he wanted me to do something, and I didn't want to do that. But if you would have told me, Dad, I would really appreciate it, or make me feel better, or, give me your point of view, because I will always take into consideration what my kids say. Have I or have I not? And he said, no, you always have. Okay. So if you would approach it differently by saying, Dad, I would really appreciate it if you did it this way. It'll make me feel better if you did it this way, or I'll be more comfortable if you said it this way, whatever the case would be. then I would have been like, okay, cool. My son, cause I will do whatever my kids say.
But my thing is, why does your kid need to tell you that when it should already be open that way?
Well, I see. I don't want to. I guess I can kind of mention a little bit
Because I get told the same thing.
The wife had to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
And there was no need for me to be there in the lobby from noon to 7 o'clock. So I had mentioned to him that I was just going to, come home.
Yeah.
And he would rather me stay at the hospital, right? And when I said I wasn't going to stay at the hospital, to him he was like, "Fuck, man! Like, I really want him to stay at the hospital. I really want him there." And but he didn't tell me that. You know what I mean? Like, if he would have came up to me and said, "Hey, Dad, I would feel more comfortable if you just stayed there with Mom," and I'll get into that on a different topic, a different podcast about why the hospital. But he wanted me to stay there. So the next day, after everything, I told him, "See, mijo, the doctor even sent me home. There was no need for me to sit there." "Oh, okay, Dad. So this is, so if we just talk, come to an understanding, then yeah." Because no, there's sometimes where what pissed me off that day was that instead of talking to me about it, he made the rest of the evening miserable. We went to it was a Friday. We went to church because they're doing confirmation. We went to church. He had a big F you on his face. He just made the evening uncomfortable. So that's why it's like it's better if you just come talk to me or talk to Mom. Mom will come tell me, and then it'll be better. But if you're just holding it in,
bro. But there's been moments where I heard that Mom comes talking to you, then you come storming out of the room like fucking ready to fucking whoop some ass. Like, all right,
fuck them kids.
You're over there like Django Unchained. Like, give me that belt real quick.
And that's what he said, bro. Sometimes I can't be approachable.
Yeah.
But like I told him, if it's how you word things. So
no, and honestly, I've learned. I've been the same way where my wife felt like she had to walk on eggshells with me because she didn't know how I was going to come off, how I was going to, on certain subjects, how I was going to act, especially when it came to like financials and whatever, because me and her, we combine everything. Like a lot of couples separate, like, oh no, I have my own account. Like, oh no, she has her account.
Yeah.
Like me, like me and her, we have everything in one account. So, and then I'm a fucking lelo, bro. Like, I don't pay attention to shit. I'm just like fucking freewheeling. Like, what's up, bro? Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's up? And then she'll text me like, hey, did this get paid? Did this get paid? And I'm like, oh shit, I did it. She's like, come on, dude. Like, let's do this. But then I start snapping like, fuck, like, hey, dude, it's going to get paid no matter what. So now she's kind of in fear. Like, she brings up something like, hey, like, did this get paid? She doesn't want to come off she's nagging to me or fucking like get the back end of how I will be. So I worked on it a lot, dude.
And that's one thing that I've been doing with the wife lately is like, I tell her it's how it's approached. Like, for example, and I'm not trying to throw her under the bus. I'm just using an example of, how husband and wives kind of talk. I had mentioned to her that someone was going to come over to podcast, and then that I had a schedule of people to come over and podcast, and she made it look like, fuck, man. And I told her, I'm like, you make it seem like I have to ask for permission for people to come over to my house, but yet, I mean, your family can show up unannounced. Why is it that I feel that I have to ask for permission? And she's like, you don't have to ask, but that's how you make me feel by your facial expressions or the response that you give me. It's how, again, the word okay. I've always said the word okay has 1,000 definitions of how you say it,
Yeah, I get it.
And that's what I tell her. It's like the way the fact that I'm saying that so-and-so might come over, the look that you're giving me, the okay that you said is that I have to ask for permission, and I shouldn't have to ask for permission.
Oh, you know what? It could be like, I'm playing kind of like seeing it from my side because, dude, I've been in the same situation where I'm already I have the Kager ready to fucking tap. I have the fucking DJ equipment outside ready to rock and roll. And then wife's like, who's coming over? I go, oh, so-and-so, friend Raul. And she's like, okay. All right, I'm going to go to my mom's house. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like they can't come over or what?
Like today, all I said was, hey, Paul will be here at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And when you were here, I said, go ahead, bro. Let me see. Let me go find out what she needs. Hey, You need your medication. You need breakfast is served. You're done. Good. To anything else you need? No, I'm good. Okay, I'll be in the garage for about an hour and a half. And she's okay, cool. Like the difference, bro, because I was able to talk to her and tell her how she makes me feel when I say someone's coming over.
Yeah, but also in those moments, like especially like if it's on a weekend or Saturday, a lot of the times the wives just want to chill and they feel that if somebody's coming over, you know, like, oh my God. And your wife's probably like my wife. If
they don't feel like they have to entertain, they don't want to.
Yeah, they don't want to. They're like, dude, and if you were to say like, oh, so-and-so's coming over, like, oh, crap. Like, now I got to get up. Like,
and I told her, babe, you don't have to worry about it. There's a fridge in the garage. I have waters. I have beers. I have.
Nah, but it's like my wife. My wife does the same thing. Like, even though she'll throw that face, like, that, like, oh, my fucking God face. Like, she'll still, like, start getting up, and she's like, dude, I just wanted to relax. And,
yeah.
So I get that side, but then I get the parents, the family side, because my wife can't say no to her family. Like, she really can't. Like, if she'll text me like, oh, like, I don't like it when my suegro comes over, because when that fool comes over, he starts looking at so many projects like, oh, we could do this project, we could do that. And I'm like, no, you do projects at your pad.
I know I made everyone uncomfortable because we had just gotten home, and like 5-10 minutes later, there comes my wife's sisters, and her mom is here, and everyone's here. It's like, I didn't even say hi to anybody. It's like, dude, wrong fucking timing, man. Wrong timing.
And then you get the later, like, what's wrong with him? Hey,
yeah.
What's wrong with Andy? How's he doing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I get the same thing. Like, when they come over, like, but my wife even says, she's like, you don't see your tone, you don't see your expression.
Yeah.
And, you know, it goes
back
I
to saw mine.
And like, I was like, because, you know, sometimes I don't think I'm doing anything. She's like, no, but you had this face like, fuck, why are they here? And my mother-in-law comes in, like, and she's the nicest lady. She's done a lot for us, but I don't catch myself, and I'm just kind of like, all right, like, because when I go back to Texas, it's fucking free-for-all, bro. Like, we all... Bro, like, you walk in that bar, there's some shit being said to each other. Like, I'm just like, God damn, like, shit.
Yeah.
You know? And I remember one guy came up to me and asked me, he's like, can we put that "Don't Tread on Me" flag? I'm like, fuck yeah, go ahead. You know, I know what it represents. Fucking put that up.
It's funny that we're talking about this because earlier, and just today, bro, I got a text message that told me, hey, I'd rather talk face to face. And I said, and I responded with, I'm not good with face-to-face because you're not going to, I said, my facial expression will say it all when you only see things your way, you know? So there's certain people that you can talk to face-to-face about certain things. And there's some people that they're just one-sided, blinders. And you can't talk to them face to face because the moment, in my case, the moment they start saying something that doesn't make sense or they're only leaning towards their point of view, then I get like my face. I can't control my face. I will show you that I'm fucking pissed off.
Well, it's more or less. I always say this: being in where I'm at now, everybody is a sábalo todo.
Sábalo todo, yeah.
Everybody is like so. But then in those instances, like you. And, you know, like you or whoever you're talking to, you can't talk face to face. Everybody, both of you are hunkering down on, no, this is what I believe in. Like, you can't talk. You can't have differences of opinion, especially, you know, episode 5 guest.
Damn, throwing daggers.
Just got to throw that in there. Like, everybody has to hunker down and what they believe in, especially if you're a very opinionated person. I'm a very opinionated person, but I've learned to tone it down because I could be that person. Like, dude, if you talk to my brother-in-law will beat it into you until he's fucking blue in the face.
I recently had told an aunt that I was talking to her, and I had said it. I was like, I know because of the shit that I've been through in my past, that I'm not the kind of person to just brush things under the rug and keep quiet. And I know that bothers my family here, my wife's family, the family that I married into. I know it bothers them because they're not used to that. But I'm not the kind of person that just brush things under the rug. And that's the thing that's like, I apologized to my wife recently. I told her, babe, sorry that I'm not that guy. I'm sorry. I'm not that guy.
Yeah, because my wife's family is the same way where the littlest things between each other. And it's funny because we were just talking about this. It's everybody involved in everybody's business. Like the Thea would get involved. Like, oh my God, did you see what happened with so and so, a sister, or a sister would get involved. And then I'm looking at it like, this is the smallest thing that you guys are arguing about, and it's kind of just like, why the fuck are you guys worried about it? Like, who cares? Like me, I'm like I wouldn't care. I'm just like, dude, that's not even a big deal. Like, who cares? Like, just move on. But with them, it's like an inner struggle. Like, oh my God. Like, then it turns into, you didn't defend me. Oh, you didn't back me up. I'm like, chinga su madre. I'm fucking just staying over here.
Honestly, I recently said it, bro. I'm like, I'm done with talking, bro. I'm ready to throw chingazos, bro. I'm ready to let you get your frustrations off on me, and I'll get my frustrations off on you, man. That's it. Yeah, ready for chingazos, bro.
Bro, honestly, when I went to England, bro, like, a couple months ago I went to England, and dude, they throw down. Like, they go outside. Like, I was in the northern part of England, so I wasn't in like London.
Yeah,
so I went to Yorkshire because one of my good friends, he was getting married, and that's where he's from, Yorkshire. It's in the northern part of England. And dude, these are century old like beefs, bro, and they'll be in the front parking lot, and they will go toe to toe, straight old school style fists. Like, all right, let's go. Like, I don't like you, you don't like me. All right, let's go do it. And I'm just like, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah. And same thing with him. He was like, I don't like that fucking cunt. I'm like, I go, who? He's like, my brother-in-law. And then he's like, and I was like, Jesus Christ, that's your brother-in-law. I don't like that. And then he's like, and he was telling me stories. He's like, yeah, we fought. He's like, I went over to the house when he said something to, I think he called his wife a slag over there. If you call him a fat slag, it's pretty much a derogatory term. And he went over there and just said, "Fuck it." I kicked the shit out of him. I was like, "Damn, dude!" And they do it no matter what. Over there, there's no talking. We're gonna throw down, dude. There's no like out here where it's like no, we're gonna talk. Over there, it's like nah,
chingazos. Well, I've had my patience only because I love my wife, so. But I'm getting to the point where that patience is running out.
Oh, dude, I want to see this, bro.
I'll make sure the cameras are on.
Bro, I'll come in like Bruce Buffer, bro. Like, or dude, or
it's just the point where, okay, you can say anything you want about me. That's fine. The moment you talk about my wife or my boys, ya estuvo. I'm done. But earlier, we were talking about the delivery, right?
Yeah.
And then how you say things or how you approach it, right? I called you a few months ago because I didn't know what I did wrong.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They had the news on the TV at one of my accounts.
Yeah.
And I looked, it was about the war in Gaza, Israel.
Yeah.
Okay. And I said, that's sad. And the owner of the store looked at me like, what do you mean it's sad? It's sad what's going on. Like, this is pretty fucked up. And he fucking, like, the way he responded was like, would you feel the same way when the cartel kills a bunch of Mexicans? Do you feel the same way? And blah, blah, blah. Like, I was like, holy shit. So it was one of those phone a friend type things.
Yeah, I remember that phone call.
So I called you so you can explain to me what it was that I said wrong, because apparently my delivery wasn't right.
Dude, honestly, your delivery wasn't right, because that war goes on, dude, like we were talking about, it goes all the way back to like the Jesus Christ time. Like, it goes way back where Israel's, the Jewish people, they were frowned upon, like, all the Arab nations are Muslim or Christian. So, but then you have the Jewish. So you really got to look at it like they do not like each other. But the thing about what's going on in this, it's total hypocrisy that's going on, because what's going on right now is what Russia is doing to Ukraine. But this is okay. But that's against evil. That's, whatever. But, I don't want to touch it, because a lot of people are going to be like, oh, my God, you're on so-and-so side. I'm not on anybody's side. I think it's pretty stupid that,
Like, the point of that call was to educate me why he got mad.
Yeah, because honestly, you touch the subject that's, dude, honestly, that's like asking a Mexican about from whatever about Salvadoran. For some reason, you guys don't like each other. You guys look at each other like derogatory. Like, honestly, if you ever say, like, call a person from Mexico or whatever a Salvadoran, they look at you like, ugh. Then if you tell, that's why I always say Raza is always racist on Raza too. Like, they hate on each other. Like, no one wants to see another person do good. Like, everybody's like hating on each other. Then you will see like people talk about the people that come from like Chihuahua, like in the northern part where it's the Indio side. Like, you'll see them talk bad about them. Like, those people. It's like it's bad, bro. But what you did was like, bro, that's like calling a Japanese guy a Korean. Like, they'll look at you like, I'm not Korean. Like, they'll get super pissed. Like,
Well, I was like, I don't want to make the mistake again, bro. So educate me. What did I miss?
It's just a long battle and it's crazy because when I was stationed over there, when we're doing the whole, Saudi Arabia liberating, doing all that, you see the differences in cultures and differences and all that. So, like, Iran does not like Saudis. Iran does not like the Yemen, like, they all don't like each other. Like, they despise each other. Like, Turkish people don't like people from Dagestan.
Well, if I'm correct, the what was it? Egypt didn't want Gaza or is it Gaza?
Yeah.
To walk over there, like to transfer, to cross borders into Egypt.
No, so it just recently changed because their old leader accepted Gaza, and basically Gaza's in an open air prison. I honestly, a lot of people would say those tunnels that they're saying that's Hamas, dude, that was once occupied by Israel, and Israel built those tunnels because they built them out of necessity of, we have to go away. Like, maybe the Palestinians are going to come and bomb us. So they built those tunnel systems. So they know those tunnel systems. It wasn't built by Hamas. Hamas originated as a factor of separate people. Like, all right, it was just like, it's kind of like, you get different branches of the military. Now we're so-and-so. But they got radical. So they were very radical, very this. But then they started gaining influence on the people, and then they turned into a political party. So, and what's crazy about this is, we could go into it, but you're always the people that live in Gaza are going to support the people, because why? I don't want to get killed. I don't want to get fucking murdered. Like, they come and murder my family, because if I go against Hamas, they run the majority of this nation. Where am I going to go? Same thing happened in Iraq. When we got in there, they were all under Saudi rule. They were all under this, and they praised him, whatever. But as soon as we took over, they were like, fuck, we hated him. Like, oh my God. And I remember I asked a person from Saudi Arabia, like, but why did you guys in Iraq, like, why did you guys go with him? He's like, dude, like, you don't want to go against a person that could possibly kill your whole family, like, and you're vanished. So we just go with it. Like, even though they don't agree with all their ideologies, they just go with it because it's like shit. Like, it's either that or nothing. So I understood what's going on over there, but right now it's kind of just, it's going in.
I just like I said, I walked into a store and they have it on the TV, and I all I said was, that's sad. And he the owner has not treated me any differently.
Yeah.
But like I said, I called you that day to ask, what the hell did I say wrong? Because I have a lot of stores that are run by, was it Middle Easterns?
They're
Israelis?
They're all Syrian. A lot of them are Syrian. A lot of them are, majority of them are Syrian, and they all come from one city called the Feruzi. They all come from that city.
Yeah. So I just didn't want to make that mistake again. So I was like, let me call Paul, see if he can educate me on.
Well, I could get into that, so we could fucking start talking about that. It's bad what happened. I didn't want October 7th. It's bad what happened. But now it's taken on a whole. It went left field right now. And I got caught in the 110 fucking stupid protest. I was pissed off.
Oh,
at 'em.
you were stuck on that 110 freeway?
Yeah, I was pissed. I was really pissed. And I was like 3 cars behind and
Where the line started?
You know what pissed me off about this, and you know, I want to talk to Officer Ricky and how he feels about it, is the CHP saw these people walking out. They had private security, they had cameras, they had all this shit.
The protesters?
Protesters, they had private security, they had cameras. Like, this shit was planned. And they started walking out, and tell me why all the CHPs come up and they waited there. Like, they were waiting and let it go on. They saw people actually fucking hitting people, pulling them, whatever. But the CHPs all just sat there, and I don't know what happened. I asked my buddy that works with CHP, and he kind of just didn't want to touch it. He's like, I can't touch that, dude. But honestly, I was right there looking, and you see them coming out with cameras, coming out with private security, plant themselves, and then the security is just walking around, and people were getting out of the car and trying to drag them, trying to beat them up. And I laugh at the media because the media didn't show that side.
Right.
But I got videos, but I did, dude. I got
hey,
my
it's
camera.
okay, bro. We're not recording this podcast. This is only audio, bro. Let me see.
And dude, and honestly, you see the CHP roll up. There was like 3 or 4 cruisers roll up. They waited. And then you saw multiple more start coming up, and then they just sat there.
And then after the 110, they happened again, right?
Yeah, so, but the thing is, what made me laugh is I saw the kids that were doing it. They don't know anything about what's going on. They just see it's something to protest about, they're doing it in Texas. I'm like, what the fuck? You guys know nothing about that war. You know nothing about that history. They just see it's the newest thing to protest about. These kids were probably protesting about Russia and Ukraine a couple of years ago, and now they're paying for it because of the gas prices and all that, and all this. And now they're protesting this. These are the same people that are going to go next, and they're going to protest something else. And it's like they're just looking for something. I'm just like, bro, where are your parents?
Honestly, 2023 has had so many fucking protests
because they're allowed to do it, dude. Everybody's allowed to do it, and it's stupid. Like, to me, it's like, you're protesting something you don't know nothing about. Like, you really don't. And like this war over there, this has been going on for years. Like, this is centuries of generations growing up to hate one another. Like, I hate that person.
Yeah.
Like, dude, Egypt. All the Arab nations don't like Egyptians. Like, if you talk to them, I don't like them. Don't like them. Like, honestly, they don't like each other. The same thing with like people from Poland, Ukraine, Moldova, Pakistan. Like, Pakistan and Turkey hate each other. Like, you say you're Turkish, oh, I hate you. Dude, even in our own country, you go to Oregon and say you're from California, they hate you. Like, I'm not.
Or you can come to LA and have an Astros hat, and they say they hate you.
Bro, I wear this hat no matter where I go. I wear this hat, and there's only one place I won't wear it at. That's in Wilmington. Because why? It represents a rival gang in Wilmington right now. Is the hotbed of fucking murders. And I grew up in Wilmington, so I respect those guys. Wilmas, I'll shout out to my boys in Wilmas. Because I know what it means, because it represents Harbor City.
Yeah. Well, kind of like in La Colonia, you can't wear Dallas Cowboy stuff because it represents their little gang.
Well, dude, those guys in Colonia are stupid, bro. There's East Side Colonia, there's West Side Colonia, and they all hate each other. I go, bro, you guys are supposed to all be representing the same gang, bro.
What is it fucking, what is that, those 2 elementaries that are right next to each other? Fucking Cesar Chavez and Ramona hate each other?
They're
across the street from each other.
That is stupid. Because I remember my first time walking to school. I live in Lemonwood, and we're going to Frontier Junior High. That's on Bard. It's off of Bard and Elm.
I'm trying to think.
On Elm Street.
Okay.
And bro, no matter what track you're on, bro, it was guaranteed fight night, bro. Because we did tracks. I was on track B, and those fools from like from the south side hated us. Like, they were like, oh, you guys from Linwood? Fuck you. Like, they'll go off. And I remember one time I was walking with one of my partners. He was from Linwood. His name is Gene. Yeah, his name is.
I just remember. Sorry, where the frontier's at. Gotcha.
Yeah, remember it's on Bard. It's right on Elman. Elman, right? It's right there.
Yeah, I know exactly where it's at. I was just like, I'm thinking. I got it. I know exactly where it's at. Damn, you went all the way over there?
Well, because we lived on that side before we moved over to Diamond Bar.
Yeah.
Then on Diamond Bar, I had to go to Ocean View. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But anyways, I was walking with Gene, and a guy from the track, I think it was track B, didn't like him. And they're all from Southside, and they're all talking jazz. And then I remember walking behind them because I knew he was going to get jumped. And they told me, they're like, we have no issues with you. It's with him. I go, yeah, but that's my homie. I go, so you got a problem with him? You got a problem with me?
Yeah.
And they're like, what? You from Linwood? And I go,
huevo.
Yeah. I go, no, I'm not from Linwood. I go, but that's my friend. I go, because we grew up right by each other. So he was kind of just like, all right, whatever. Like, you're going to catch that fade too. And I remember it was 2-on-5, and we held our own. I got knotted up pretty good. My mom was like, holy shit, what the fuck happened to you? Like, my mom was worried about me. She was like, Jesus Christ, what happened to you? And then she sent me to Wilmington. After that, I go live with my aunt. That was no better.
What you got in one street? You got in one little fight, and your mom got scared?
Yeah, like fucking friends. Yeah, like Fresh Prince, bro.
You moved with your uncle and your auntie in Bel Air.
Well, when I was in, so I got in that fight, and my mom got worried, and then because she knew what was going to happen, they were going to keep coming after me.
Yeah.
But what's crazy is that same fool, Gene, I remember after football practice, we're walking back because we played for, I forgot where we played for. I think it was Wainimi Rhinos. Pee Wee football.
Oh, okay.
And
we got Rhinos.
Yeah, we got dropped off at Channel Islands, and I remember we were walking, and I was like, "Hey, bro, like, okay," because he lived right off Linwood. We just moved to Diamond Bar, so I had to fucking go into the neighborhood, and we're coming down the bridge on Channel Islands, going towards like Rice and past roads.
Yeah, I know. So we were at.
And,
There's 7-Eleven down there somewhere.
Nah, the 7-Eleven's right there.
Yeah.
But we're right there at the bridge. And I remember I said bye to him. I was like, hey, bro, later. And I remember that night, I remember they called me. They're like, hey, bro, you all right? I'm like, and at the time we still had telephones, bro. Like, everybody
house telephones.
House telephones. No one was paging each other, bro. And I was like, yeah, dude, I'm cool, bro. What's up? They're like, oh, bro, you didn't hear food? Gene got fucking blasted.
Oh, fuck.
I was like, and that dude's only like 4.
Linwood was hot for a while, huh?
Yeah, but see, Linwood had beef with everybody, bro. It had beef with Colonia, had beef with El Rio, had beef with everybody. It was kind of like Israel and Palestine, bro. They had beef with everybody, bro.
Yeah.
but a Filipino gang called Santanas didn't like Linwood either. So, and they got him. Like, they recognized him. And I was like, fuck, I was like right by him, bro. I was really right by him. And he's like, fuck. I remember the next day I went to school, and then that's when my mom pulled me out. She's like, yeah, we're pulling you out. Like, I'm going to send you to your aunt. And it was like,
and your aunt, see, in Bel Air, bro.
Yeah. Well, I went to Wilmington, was not even fucking Bel Air, bro. Palos Verdes around the corner. And, dude, I remember.
You're the Mexican Fresh Prince, bro.
Yeah, I'm not even Mexican, bro. I'm fucking Brazilian, bro.
Oh, that's right.
And they don't
that's
even
right.
consider.
That's right.
You know what's fucked up? We're sitting there. We're at the bar and we're talking. And they always call me. They always come in. The old timers. What's up, Pedro? I'm like, dude, I'm not Mexican. How many times I gotta tell you? You guys all look the same to me.
You all look alike.
You all look alike. And I was laughing. And they're like, hey, buddy, like, you know, are you Hispanic or what? I go, nah, we're not Hispanic. I go, I'm not Hispanic. He's like, why? He's like, they don't like you guys? I go, nah, it's because we don't speak Spanish. We speak Portuguese. So they don't consider us Hispanics. You're only Hispanic unless you speak Spanish. He's like, that's fucking racist. I go, exactly, huh? I go, exactly, man. Dude. Nah, but it's crazy, dude. Like, those are good days, dude. But yeah, you gotta watch your delivery and what you say now.
Yes, sir. I have not spoken of the war ever since that day.
I speak of it, dude, because I know a lot of it, but Just people too sensitive, bro. Like a lot of people, you can tell them like certain things, bro, and they're just like, "Oh my god, my coochie's frosty." What the fuck? Nah, dude, you can't tell them shit, dude. And they all fucking end up like bonds. And like, dude, I take my nephew. My nephew's only like 7 years old, and I start laughing because I'm like, I bet you that little white kid's probably getting hated on for fucking centuries of bullshit he didn't get he wasn't even a part of. And he's like, how'd you know that? I go because he's white. I go, the poor kid. And he's like, yeah, he gets picked on a lot. They pick on him a lot because they say this, they say that. And he's like, yeah, the kid don't even know half the shit they're talking about. And he's over there like, what the
The only thing the boys get picked on at school is for not speaking Spanish.
Dude, yeah, because they consider their dad's Mexican, mom's Mexican.
One of since the boys are in band, one of the like the whitest kids came up to me, and she's like, "Why doesn't Julian speak Spanish?" I'm like, "Cause I failed him," and she's like, "Yes, you did." And she's Mexican, bro. She looks whiter than me.
You know what's crazy too is my friend comes from like Jalisco and all that.
Yeah,
he's the whitest fool. He looks like fucking Canelo's little brother, bro.
Yeah. And
that fool and his family look down on all the brown-skinned Mexicans. Like I go talk to my friend Karim that lives in Baja California Norte. It's not Tijuana.
Dispensa?
It's not. I always laugh at him. I go, fool, you're fucking from Tijuana. He's like, no, it's Baja California Norte. Anyways, that fool hates on those fools. He just makes me laugh. And then I get my friends in the F, and the Chilangoans, and those fools are like, fuck those ways. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, you guys are all these. No le gusta esto. I'm like, why? Puro güeros. I'm like, cabachos. I'm like, damn, bro, those are your people, though. And it makes me laugh, dude. I'm like, dude. And then anybody that comes from, like, the south of the border, I have a friend that comes from Chiapas. He comes up and they look at that fool like he came from the rainforest. Like, get back to your jungle, fool. Like, I'm like, damn.
Oh, my God. Well, Paul, it's about that time. Thank you for coming by.
Well, I would say ride with you, but you haven't ridden your bike, so it's not the.
No, you're riding with me right now.
I'm not riding with you, bro. Because that bike's sitting there.
It's been a minute, man, since you've been on. We got to get you on here more often.
Oh, I know. I pissed off a lot of people.
You probably did.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
Bro. That's what it is.
You are the person that comes and stirs the pot. On my podcast, bro. I have a little bit of everything, bro. You're the one that stirs the pot,
dude. I'm fucking the Crowder. I'll sit in there with the sign saying so and so is this. Debate me. Change my mind.
Yeah, change my mind.
Yeah, and I'll sit there and be like, all right, change my mind.
Change my mind.
Talk to me
again. But like I end every podcast, Paul. Thank you for riding with me.
All right, thank you, man. Cool.
Thank you for listening to Ride With Me, the Flat Tire Indie Podcast. You can also listen to us on iTunes, Spotify, and Podbean.